Sometimes it seems that there is nothing new left in engine technology. We have seen everything, tried everything, but then a company makes a big bang that shakes the entire auto industry. This time, it has been done by Cummins. Yes, the same Cummins that has been considered synonymous with trust for decades. Now, it has come up with an engine that can not only change the way we think about fuel, but can also redefine the entire truck and heavy vehicle segment. But this is not an ordinary engine. There is a new idea hidden behind it. A technology that can challenge diesel, petrol, gas, even hydrogen. This engine is so advanced that even auto experts were shocked because it has a glimpse of the future. But the question is it really a game changer or just a show-off? Cummins had kept this project a secret for months, no leaks, no teasers, and now suddenly this engine has come out, which is not only more powerful but is also so clean and eco-friendly that even supporters of green energy are saluting it. After all, how will this engine shake up the entire auto industry, and why is it being called a game changer? Before moving ahead in the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can get information about technology first. Before knowing about that new engine of Cummins, why not first understand the story of this company? How a company that started small became such a big force in the global market. Today this is not an overnight feat, but it is hidden in more than a century of hard work, innovation, and the dream of doing something big. The foundation of Cummins Company was laid in 1919 in Columbus, a small town in the state of Indiana, USA. At that time it was being seen as a simple engine manufacturing company, but the intentions of its founder, Clessie Lyle Cummins, and his partner William G. Irwin were very big. Clessie Lyle was a mechanic, but he had a passion for technology and performance. He was sure that diesel engines could bring revolution, not only for heavy machines, but also in everyday life. Now talking about Asia, especially countries like India and China, the CNG infrastructure is growing rapidly here. India currently has more than 6,000 plus CNG stations, and this number is going to cross 10,000 in the next few years. The Indian government is running a special scheme for both CNG and electric charging stations on highways and expressways. The special thing is that the logistics sector in India is very big, and considering the fuel prices, CNG technology is being adopted rapidly. Now talking about hydrogen, there is a bit of a slow track here because hydrogen is a new and expensive fuel. Its stations are very limited. Hydrogen fuel stations are only available in select cities in the US and Japan, and in Europe too. It is still at an early stage. But it is also true that many countries, such as Germany and Japan, are considering hydrogen as the main fuel of the future, and there are plans to build hundreds of new hydrogen stations in the next 5 years. Cummins also understands this very well, so it did not stop at just making engines. The company has made a special plan in which it is strengthening both the service network and the fuel support infrastructure simultaneously. Cummins is now deploying trained engineers, mobile service units, and real-time support systems at every place where it has supplied engines. This means that even if a vehicle breaks down in a remote location, the Cummins team can reach it through GPS and fix it immediately. Apart from this, Cummins has also partnered with some major fuel distribution networks so that wherever the engines are sent, CNG and in future hydrogen supply can also be ensured. The company aims to have at least one reliable fuel support point within 100 kilometers of each of its customers by 2026. Will this engine affect EV technology? Now, a big question is also arising. When the whole world is moving towards electric vehicles, that is, towards EV technology, then will this new engine of Cummins, which runs on fuel like CNG, biogas, or hydrogen, affect the EV sector? Or are these two paths different? Let's understand this in simple language. First of all, understand what is the focus of EV, electric vehicles: clean energy, less pollution, and less maintenance. And Cummins' X15N engine is also on the same path. The only difference is that one runs on battery and the other on gas. Now the thing to think about is, if an engine can travel long distances without diesel, at low cost, without pollution, then doesn't the need for EV reduce? Now the smartness with which Cummins has designed the X15N, in which there is neither the tension of charging the battery nor the need for high-tech EV infrastructure, has made it a shortcut solution in itself. That is, neither the cost of EV nor the complexity of hydrogen cell, just fill the CNG and run the truck. If seen, this move of Cummins is like a warning for companies like Tesla and BYD, especially in the transport and logistics sector, where reducing costs is the biggest objective. There, if an engine is cheaper than diesel and is as clean as electric, then who will not adopt it? Now, talking about Indian companies like Tata Motors and Ashok Leyland, then this engine can become a big headache for them because these companies are still swinging between diesel and EV technology, whereas Cummins has directly opened the third way, clean and reliable too. Apart from this, many government projects and public transport systems are also now moving towards CNG-based engines, which may affect the market share of these companies. Talking about the internal environment of the industry, there has been a stir there. Auto experts and fleet operators are now very excited about this new model of Cummins. The performance given by the engine in the trial run has made it clear that this is not just a showpiece technology but is fully ready for use in the real world. This is the reason why many international trucking companies have already started pre-orders for the X15N. The biggest fear of other companies is that once CNG or multi-fuel engines take hold among fleet operators, the demand for EV or hydrogen trucks may slow down, especially in areas where there is a lack of charging stations or hydrogen infrastructure. And this is the reason why everyone, from BYD to Toyota, is now revising their strategies. So the simple answer is, yes, Cummins is no longer just an engine maker, but it has reached a position to challenge the leaders in EV and hydrogen technology. It does not directly do high-profile marketing like Tesla, but its work is so strong that even the big players in the industry cannot ignore it. Cummins has shown that there is still a lot of innovation in the world of engines, and perhaps the real path to change is not the one that is making the most noise, but the one that is making its place the quietest. Environmental impact and adoption. When we talk about an engine, the biggest concern is how much damage it will cause to the environment. But the picture is completely different with Cummins' new X15N engine. This engine is much more eco-friendly than the old diesel technology because it runs on clean fuels like CNG, biogas, and renewable gas. Its carbon emissions are reduced by about 90%, and if renewable gas is used in it, then in many cases it works on almost net zero emissions. This simply means that this engine is not only cheap for the pocket, but is also light for the earth. The goals of the Paris Climate Accord, to limit global temperature and reduce greenhouse gases, also match the technology of this engine. Also, this engine can become a big support in the ESG goals that companies have to fulfill. Now, talking about which companies are adopting it. In America, logistics companies like PepsiCo, Amazon, and UPS are using this engine on a trial basis. In Europe, transport companies like DB Schenker and DPD. In India, many government bus operators and private fleet owners have already tested it. China also has better infrastructure for CNG engines, so some metro city transport departments there have also shown interest. Talking about government fleets, there are plans to include it in public transport, sanitation, and municipal fleets in both America and India. That is, this engine is no longer limited to private companies, but is also becoming a part of the government system. If you like more such technology updates, then do not forget to press the subscribe button below. See you next time with another powerful innovation.